All right, welcome to the Vibe Check, episode 1. We're going to go from this side. Introduce yourself. What's your name?
Casey Moore.
We got Freddy.
Alex.
Jack.
All right.
Why am I the only one that said my last name?
I was about to ask.
Because you're a weirdo. I don't know why you did the phone. You want to give me your address really quick?
Yeah.
Wait, that's my
Give him the
address.
social.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give him the
Never mind.
social too. Fuck
My
it.
social?
Can we have
Yeah.
your credit card too?
You can have my credit card.
Can we have your social security
It's
number?
probably
Can I-
maxed out by now, but you can have it.
Can I max it out again?
It's already
Again,
maxed
it's
out.
already
You can't
maxed
max
out.
it out.
Alright.
It's already
fucking
maxed out.
pay it off, and I'll max it out.
Well, no, we'll pay it off for him, and then we'll use his credit card.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, you guys do
Why
that.
does that make no sense?
Go ahead.
No, it makes
That's
total
building
sense.
my credit.
Yeah.
It is building your credit, but we also
just trying
just
to
stole
help you
from
out.
you regardless.
Technically, you're
trying to
not
help you out.
stealing from me because you paid for mine and you're just re-racking the bill.
Yeah.
Casey, we're just trying to help you out here, man.
I mean, if you guys want to help, you can.
So,
Okay. Okay, no. Never mind. I'm already helping you.
All right, here we go.
By what?
By what?
Pleasures.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll
my
spit
God, I
on
knew
you
it was
right now.
coming. I
Yo.
knew it was coming.
yo.
No. So everybody on this podcast right now is pretty clapped.
Wait, I'm
Wrong.
not.
Nope.
Oh, you're not clapped?
No.
No?
Wrong.
No.
Not clapped.
Not,
All right, so
not
let me just tell
clap.
Casey this story before we really get into this. So this one time we were hanging out with Marco in summer, and our friend Russell was there, and we were playing Smash, and I was sitting in between Russell
Wait,
and
were you
Jack.
playing Smash or you were smashing?
We were playing like the video game, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on the Switch.
The game I was clapping you.
We
in
were
before.
literally
You
just
don't
playing.
clap anyone in that. You use fucking Jigglypuff.
I
Doesn't
still
count.
clap.
Doesn't count as a win.
I also
That-
play Joker.
He did kind of clap us.
Yeah,
Doesn't count as a
he
win.
really did
he
beat you.
used,
I
He used
did.
Jigglypuff.
I did
Does
beat
not
you guys
count.
in that 1v2 before as Isabel.
He did do that too.
That's true.
Casey, I
mean,
want to be
I
on your
put in
side
some work,
here,
but
he's giving
whatever.
valid points.
Yeah.
See, look at this. Attacking the black man.
Oh my God.
Whoa, is that a
did
shot?
It. He really shot it. He went for it.
I feel like we're doing that on the podcast. You
Yo,
have to
so what
actually
was
just
that
drink
story,
alcohol.
Freddie? What was that story?
Oh, okay. So I was sitting in between these.
Hennessy.
So in between Russell was here, Jack was
I
here.
like Henny
I
though.
have
so.
some.
No, Henny sucks.
Are you out of
You
your
don't even
mind?
drink. What
No,
the?
okay, yeah, he got me. Anyway,
If you
so I was
ever
sitting-
say Henny sucks again, we're fighting.
I was sitting between these dudes, and we were talking, and they were passing a blunt in front of me or whatever, and then I was sitting there, and I sank back into the chair, and I just looked at Jack, and I was like, Jack, he's like, what's up? I was like, I can't feel my legs are tingling, and then my skin was burning, and I was freaking out, dude.
Really quick,
Like-
Freddie. I'm just gonna interrupt. Let's leave out what we found on the floor.
Yeah, I wasn't
Oh,
gonna.
I know
I
what was
was
found, but
not
then-
gonna bring that up.
Yeah,
no, time out. I need to hear what's
Well,
on
no,
the
let
floor.
me. I was sitting there,
I'll tell
right?
you later.
It's-
This is
it's
not a
rough.
later moment. I need to know now.
Nah, it's a later.
I don't
moment.
want to hear the rest of the story
We
until
found
I find out what's on
we
the floor.
found undergarment. I thought it was my phone. I went to go pick it up, but it was undergarments and not
See,
my
this
phone.
man was clapped as fuck.
I
you
was
know?
not clapped as fuck. It was very horrifying. I did not enjoy it.
Did you
I
put
was
it on
sitting-
your face?
Freddie.
No,
Freddie, you don't know how high you were. You just know you were high.
I just know I was high, so I
You
was
could've
sitting
been
there.
clapped.
You
I
were
don't even
high
know.
from
I don't
not
even know if
smoking.
I was high.
He had second.
So I was sitting there.
Smoke,
I was sitting there in this
That
enclosed
really only
space.
works if you're like a hot box dog.
We were in a house.
bro. They were in a house.
It was small living room, and they're just blasting blunts
Oh.
back and forth.
Yeah.
It was hitting me in the face, but I was like, it happens all the time, so I wasn't like thinking anything of it. So I'm sitting there, right?
Just used to slap
And
things in your
my
face.
legs were getting. Yeah, I'm gonna put some in your face. So we were sitting there, and I'm getting hit with this, and my legs start hurting, and I was like bugging out, and then Jack and Russell start tickling me, and then we leave, and it was hailing.
Wait. You were tickling him.
Yeah, this is why you weren't invited.
Yeah, we didn't want you
Continue,
invited to
Freddie.
the tickle party.
Oh shit!
I'm happy I wasn't there. But
I mean, I would have wanted to be invited.
Yeah, they had cats.
you
would've
wanted to
died
be
anyway.
tickled,
Yeah, I want to be tickled.
Casey. That's
Really?
weird.
By us.
But like my
That's
pickle,
weird.
not my.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Big
So
oof, big
anyway,
oof,
so then we went outside and it was hailing, and the hail was hitting me on the back of the neck, and we were walking into CVS, and I was like, guys, like this hail is hurting me. Like it was hitting me and it was burning my skin. Like when it was melting, like I was bugging out. And then I was driving, and I was
you
like,
drove. You
Yeah.
let him drive.
well, no, he was.
Smacked?
I wasn't. I refused to admit that I was actually high as much
You're
as I
literally
was just,
admitting
You
it by
don't
telling
drive.
this story.
All right.
I don't
Your
think I
first
was
time
high.
smoking, you
By-
do
by-
not drive.
Hold
on.
tell you guys.
By
I
telling this
refuse.
story,
Okay,
you
but if
admit
you
to being
you
high.
knew you
Well,
were
no,
high.
it's more for the story's effect. I don't think I was actually
Let
high.
me tell you guys this
You're
really
lying.
fast. This will change your opinion really fast. This man said, "Yo, I think I got sunburn." It is the middle of winter when he said this.
It was not the middle. It was like mid-December. It was just before winter.
Freddie. Just
This guy's a
can you get
sunburn.
can you just say I was high like just one time,
I'm not saying it.
please,
No.
please.
No. I was
you,
not.
Did you not feel right?
I don't ever feel right.
Whoa! When you're high, you don't feel right.
I feel perfectly normal.
I felt. You know what it was? I just felt like I felt a little funky.
Did your head feel
That
spacey a
that
little
describes high very.
My head
well.
always feels spacey. That has nothing to do with.
No.
bit? But did
like,
like your
dude.
muscles feel different?
What do we think?
You kept saying
He doesn't know your body.
You don't think Jack knows my
This is
body?
your experience.
Did
Oh,
your
I know
muscles
Freddy's
feel
body.
weird?
Yeah, but this is your
I
experience.
think it was more like I was sitting in the chair and I kept like sinking down and I just felt weird.
you were smacked.
Did you feel like
no, on
You were
was-
second and high, and
you
because
were
you haven't
high.
smoked before, that's why you felt it.
It
so
felt
hard.
very similar to like anxiety, so that's what I thought it was. And then I was like, wait a minute,
Nope, wrong.
our man off camera is like saying that I was high.
You were high.
I don't
were
think
high.
so.
I can
Thank you.
guarantee
Thank
you.
you.
Just
It's a
from
good-
just
it's a
from the
good thing I
story
didn't have to
alone,
get
you
drunk.
were high.
I don't think
everyone
I
in
was.
this room now has been high at least once before now.
I do not. I do
That
not
is very
smoke.
true.
I
You're
don't
talking to someone that's
encourage it.
high
I
every
don't
day.
drink. I mean, if
You
you
were
want to
smacked.
smoke, but I don't drink or smoke or anything like that. So
You were
like,
smacked.
if I was smacked, I
It's
have
not
a
it's
lot
not
of soul
if.
searching
Please
to do.
take
a
off
lot
the
of
if.
soul searching?
It's
lot
not
of
a
soul
if. It's
searching.
not a if.
Freddie, I'm
Man
sorry,
said a
man.
lot of
I'm
soul
sorry,
searching
bro.
to
You
do.
Oh,
were,
man.
you were smacked.
Shit, you might be smacked now since we just blew that shit around you.
No, definitely
No,
not.
I definitely
that
not.
won't get.
I feel
that's
fine
not
right
an
now. I
issue.
feel like my normal self, as much as normal is. You know what I mean?
Big facts.
What is normal?
Damn.
I don't know.
Is that our discussion right now? What is normal?
You can't ask Cassie what is normal. Right now. This dude's like this.
Me? Normal? Hell fucking no.
Yeah, you own a PS4 and an Xbox. You're a freak.
And you
And a
play
Nintendo
Richter.
Switch.
And you play Richter.
That's fine. The Switch is like a whole different.
Time
level,
out.
but-
What is wrong with playing with Victor?
Everything.
How?
You're a flaming piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
How?
You're a
Why?
flaming piece of dog.
Explain.
Yeah, you're poop.
Speed
Explain.
move, special move, special move, special
Explain.
move, special move, special
Time
move,
out, time out,
special
time out,
move.
time out, time out.
But you play Jigglypuff.
Thank you. How are you going to talk about someone when you play as Jigglypuff?
Oh, I am.
Pluff.
I'm a fucking hypocrite, but goddamn,
I'm a hippo crip.
I am a hypocrite. You can leave now, Alex.
Never
Fun
try
times
crip
online.
walk again.
Can you teach me now that we have so much time together? You want to teach me?
I am not teaching you to crip walk.
My-
Do you know how to crip walk?
My friend knows how to crip walk, and it's
Who?
really funny.
Is he white?
No, it's not.
Why does that matter?
Chewy.
No,
It's a question.
I'm not gonna say who.
It's
but
like
Freddie
if-
knows.
If
Ian?
you see a white boy
No.
that can
Do I
successfully
know him?
crip walk, it's something special.
Do I know
Viet?
him?
No,
I feel like I just listed
I
all your
don't want
friends.
to expose them.
For being able to, it's a dance move.
Oh yeah, it was Carly then.
Carly can.
Of all people.
Okay, wait, no, she goes to school for dancing. Though. I feel like they have a class, like ballet.
Oh yeah,
crip
let me show
walking.
you guys how to crip walk today. Like that's not on the
That's
agenda.
exactly what
That's
they
not
did.
on the agenda.
I can't wait for her to hear this. Then I'm gonna go into work and she's gonna physically abuse me.
Like in
You
your
guys
head.
made me do it.
I didn't make you do anything. Nobody's even near you. That was a free choice.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
No.
Okay, so back to you using Jigglypuff.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not allowed. Your wins
Why?
do not count as wins
Why?
because you hit us off the map without even like
Isn't
us
that-
being
isn't that
able to move.
Isn't that what you do in
dodge.
Smash League?
No, it's not even fighting.
It,
It's a cheat where they lift us off the floor and you can't dodge, you can't do nothing. You just get dragged off the map.
I do want to point out though, I do have when he plays Jigglypuff, I do tend to win more than I lose to him. Like it's
You're
probably
lying.
60-40 at this point.
You just have to know how to play against Jigglypuff.
I
At
can't.
the end of
I
the
do
day.
not know how. and
After
I will
playing
never
Jack
understand.
Jigglypuff for a year and a half, I've learned pretty well how to avoid most of the attacks.
Yeah.
Jack just one day picked up Jigglypuff and decided, you know what, I'm just gonna.
I
fuck
still don't
everybody.
understand what's wrong with Richter.
Richter's kind of broken.
It's just one of the
I
reasons.
How is he
honestly-
broken?
I have no idea how to
I
use him, but
honestly
he can
don't
be
think
broken.
he's very good.
Yeah, he's broken,
but-
but not in Casey's hands.
No, I
If
don't
you know how to
even-
use him, he's dangerous.
I don't even think
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
broken.
So he's not dangerous in your hand.
One, I can keep at a distance. Two, he has a you hold down and then you tap A twice and he does some fucking
I just feel like he's-
aerodynamic shit.
pretty brain dead.
Pretty
Richter?
brain dead.
I would say so.
When you're 10 feet away and I whip you,
Yeah,
and
but
you
if
get
you're
knocked the
off
fuck
stage
out,
more than like this close to the fucking stage, you're
that's
screwed.
besides the point. That's if you're getting hit.
You know who is brain
He
dead?
also can't
Hold
use the
on.
recovery, the chain recovery, where you're off stage.
It's
You can
so
flick.
hard.
He hasn't done that yet.
It's so hard to do though.
Wait, I had that?
You
yeah,
can do that.
You can
if
use
you
a chain.
if you aerial
That's like
A
your only
towards the
recovery
stage,
choice.
You'll be able to.
No, I
grab
got
stage
I
into
did
whip.
not
Once
know
you figure out how to do it,
that.
it'll make
Same
your
thing
life
with
a lot better.
Samus.
I do the
Game
same thing. I do that with
changer.
Samus
Lucas,
sometimes.
Game changer.
Recovery.
Or Toon Link.
I know
Does
Joker
Joker
had
have
something
that?
like that.
Joker
Joker's
doesn't have
up
his
B
head.
is a grappling hook.
Yeah,
so.
he can.
Joker.
that's right.
Joker's recovery is insanely broken.
Can I talk about Joker really quick?
I
He's
guess.
broken. He's broken. I'm a Joker main. He has like no.
Joker main does not exist. He's a DLC character.
You could
I
still
don't
have
give
him
a
as a
shit.
main.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
That's you use DLC just to fuck people up.
Not true.
Yeah,
They are pretty busted.
MK
Most
Leo,
most
like-
of them are pretty busted. I don't think
It's
Piranha
not even
Plant is
most.
that busted.
Are you kidding me? If you know how to use Piranha Plant, it's
Piranha Plant.
insane.
I don't think he's that busted.
You can jump off the map and come up the other side.
Yeah, God forbid
Yes, you
piranha
can.
plants fall off the stage. Oh my God.
Falls off the
All right,
stage.
Joker is the same thing though at this point. His grapple
Yeah,
is so
I'm
broken.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like Joker's like.
But look at
recovery's
King
any
K.
worse.
King K, you could jump off and
King
go wherever you
K
want.
is broken.
No, y'all just suck.
Broken. Okay, first off, I used King K against you and beat you twice.
Listen, that was
Twice.
a fluke. It was because there were
Today?
4 thick
Yeah,
boys on
during
the
our
stage.
team
I can't pay
Freddy.
attention.
And I spiked
I
him
swear
off
to
the
God, bro,
map.
I'll sweep all you guys.
I want to let it know, and I spiked him off the map.
Yeah, you didn't spike me. You spiked him.
You
I
did
spiked
spike
I think
me
I
twice
spiked
in
him,
one
both
game.
of you.
I
You didn't
spiked
spike
Jack.
me.
Oh,
He-
I spiked.
he
I did it
spiked-
twice to you.
He spiked me.
Oh,
That's
man,
what that
that's
was. He
okay.
stage
I'm
spiked
sorry.
me. You stage
It's
spiked
okay.
me.
I did, that's
Disrespectful.
right.
I'm very sorry.
No, it's okay. I did that to you during that Mario game.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
one.
piece of shit.
You piece of dog shit. Don't do that. Especially not to the mic.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, that made me feel really tense.
Nice.
It's okay because he plays Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Honestly,
Kinda
really
look
bad,
like
really
Jigglypuff.
bad character. Really wow. Remember in 12th grade you called me Sonic the Hedgehog? I didn't forget.
I called you Sonic the Hedgehog.
You said,
Wait,
and
what
I
the
quote,
fuck?
"You
Sonic the Hedgehog."
Sonic the Hedgehog looking motherfucker" in our government's class.
Bro, you.
Holy
I
shit.
see Casey.
Wait,
saying
senior
shit
year?
like that. Like I really
Yeah.
That was the same year that he
Senior.
stabbed me with a pencil, and I still have the lead in my hand. 5 years later, bro.
You took my phone.
I'm gonna take your life next.
Oh no.
You're about to say virginity.
I was gonna say virginity. There was this one time in school. I don't know if Jack wants me
You
to tell
took
the
me
story.
You took my
You
phone.
took Jack's
The mac and
virginity
cheese
in
one.
school.
Oh no, please tell. It's so funny.
All right, so a couple months ago, like I bought the VR stuff, maybe last year.
Should I tell the story about what happened to me and then you tell prior to that?
Yeah, actually. Okay, yeah. You want to go first? Or want me to go
No, you
first?
go first.
Just want to let everyone
Alright.
know he stole my phone and wouldn't give it back. That's why I stabbed him.
We
The
were
lead
in
is still in his
class.
skin.
I don't give a fuck.
I still have the
It's-
lead in my hand. I can't go through a metal detector. It
My
just beeps.
property. You do not belong with my property.
It's like a metal knee or a bullet.
good.
Joe.
How they
Anyway.
search you like cavity
Joe?
search.
So
you.
this dude, when he was a freshman in high school, when we were all freshmen in high school, it was like last year, whatever, we were talking about VR or whatever like that, and this girl, my girlfriend's sister, was telling me the story about how years ago when Jack was in 9th grade, they were in the same guitar class, and Jack just got up in the middle of class and just left, like no explanation. And he just got up and left, and nobody heard from him for the rest of the class. And then, boop, bell rang, and everybody left. And they just see him in the hallway sitting on the floor next to a pile of throw up, and it was just mac and cheese. And now my girlfriend's sister only refers to him as mac and cheese, and it is so funny. He's so
gross.
okay with, like, he owns that story, and he's like, it's just so funny.
That's a story you hide from when you get older, dog.
It's
I don't give
amazing
a shit.
that,
It's so funny.
Like, people knew about that in high school. So, like, we really didn't have
Yeah.
a bullying problem in high school, because if I knew that as one of your friends forever, I would have bullied you.
Yeah, bully about it. You bully me about it now.
That's true.
Wait, I have a question.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt as bad. now.
Why exactly did I call you Sonic the Hedgehog?
I don't know.
Did you
I
have spiky
honestly-
hair at the time?
No,
Because
senior year had
I
long
tend
hair.
I don't really go after people unless they come after
Nah,
me.
Casey, you're an
You're,
attacker.
you're pretty. You're yeah.
You used to bully me, Casey. I'm not gonna lie.
Shit, I'm sorry, dog.
Do you need someone to talk
Wow,
to? Do you
we're
need someone to
fixing
talk to? Do you
problems
need
on this
help?
podcast.
No,
We're just exposing people out
no,
here.
we
right
were
now.
talking.
OnlyFans?
We were in Armado's class, and it was like right
Slick.
as the period was ending.
Slick.
He gave us some time off. I was like, I said some shitty joke about smoking the devil's lettuce.
Oh my god.
Do you remember?
Oh
this?
yeah, you made fun of me for smoking weed, dog.
That was in economics, right?
Bruh.
Look at Jack
I was
now.
being- I was-
These
no,
two are the clap
The
ones.
thing, is, the thing is, I was being ironic because I was smoking weed too.
I didn't know that. You said some weird joke and it offended me.
That class was all over the place. I literally took out my phone,
Yeah.
downloaded an app with like
I'm
the,
just an
with,
ironic
with a
piece of
hair
shit.
razor, like a hair buzzer,
Yeah.
and you click the button, you click the power button on the app, and it goes like a buzzer.
They said the pranks
And
that, like,
yeah,
you-
and you put the camera, like when the camera like hits something, it goes like his shaving hair. I did that to Jack in the middle of class. He goes, and like I
Oh my
shaved
God,
his head
he
in
freaked
the
the
middle
fuck out.
of class.
That would have been so funny,
Imagine that.
Yo.
I wouldn't- like, he was bugging.
Yeah,
and
he
then
freaked the fuck out for no
teacher
reason.
looked at me and he was like, nobody really cared though. That was the thing. Nobody gave a fuck.
I honestly didn't
He
think
cared.
anyone noticed, but I was just saying that to myself to make me feel
Yeah,
better.
you were bugging out.
Yeah, I know.
That class
Yeah,
was
I
a
laughed at
disaster.
that. That was very funny. I bit Angelo for it on the back.
I do remember,
remember
that, too.
I remember that. You latched onto him.
What kind of class is this? What class was this?
It
It was
was-
government economics.
Yeah, it was government for half the year, and then the other half was economics. Same
Do you
teacher,
remember the
same class,
Follow
and
Me?
everything.
That project? I found it on my computer. The
I
other
still
day.
have that
The
too.
what?
The follow me that we did.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
actually invented that shit. You know that?
Who's they?
Some people.
Copyright.
They have that drone that
I don't
follows
fucking
you.
know their
He said
names.
they.
Yeah,
Some
they,
people actually made that,
Those
and it's actually
fucking-
dope
you
people.
know
But it's
they-
not.
Yeah, they invented
I think it's
it.
called like single shot or something like that.
They have those drones that follow you now, where you put on like a
Yeah,
bracelet and it tracks.
you know that only lasts like 20 minutes. The battery on
I
it.
don't even last 20 minutes.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
That was a sexual
That
joke.
was slick. That was slick.
Thank you. I wonder if my girlfriend's gonna like that one.
She's
Probably
not.
not.
It's kind of upsetting. I hope you do other stuff.
I'm offended. I made the joke and now I'm offended.
You said you don't last 20 minutes. That's
All
Well,
right,
I said I don't
Freddy.
even last 20 minutes, but a lot can happen in 20 minutes. I could rob a bank in 20 minutes.
I mean, you'll die, but yeah, sure.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
you're probably not gonna get shot.
I mean,
I wouldn't get shot.
Unless
oh,
you were
yeah,
shooting-
sorry, you're-
Unless you were
Are
shooting
you
at
kidding me? The
people.
bank down the street, dude. I'm telling you, I could be in and out of that place with cash in like.
Well, you'll probably only
20
get like they've
minutes,
already been robbed before,
$10,000.
right?
What?
Wasn't it kind of recent they were robbed?
I don't think so.
That Chase Bank, I don't think it's been robbed.
Because the only precinct near it is like fucking
Well,
15
Bank
minutes
of
away.
America got robbed right here.
You guys want to talk about
Bank
the
of
people that
America's
robbed
that
the
way.
gas station next to the precinct?
Yeah, we went to high
What's the
school.
one
Yeah,
with
that's
them?
ballsy.
What was the name? It
I
was
know the girl's name.
Martha?
I'm not saying it because this is going viral, so I don't want that to
Can we
be out
bleep
there.
that? Bleep
Yeah,
that out?
Jack just said it. But this girl,
No,
she,
he didn't
she,
say it right.
she came into the bagel factory, like where most of us work, like all the
Yeah.
time, and like I saw the news article and I was talking to my boss about it. And I was like, yeah. She goes, oh my god, that girl. And I was like, yeah, that girl. But she was only charged with, there was like 7 robberies. She was charged with 3, and a guy was charged with
Only
3.
three.
of them?
Only 3.
Well,
Light
the
work.
guy was charged with all 7. She was charged with 3.
Was it like gunpoint?
I'm pretty sure
I
it
wasn't
was
there.
No,
Yeah, but wasn't
I
on like a
think
news
it was-
report?
I
It was
think
gunpoint, right?
armed.
It was
Yeah,
armed robbery.
was
What is
armed
armed
That's
robbery?
rough.
Because
Went for it.
armed robbery could have been a knife.
She's younger than us, right? She's
Yeah,
younger than us, and he was our
she's
age.
2 years under us,
Yeah, imagine
No, I
that.
thought she was only 1 year under us.
maybe.
Yeah. Our camera
We're
guy.
getting
Yeah, okay, so she was
That is 1 year
confirmation.
under
She was
us.
1 year under.
1
That's
year.
confirmation. Producer and
I'm
director.
wrong.
You're usually wrong.
Wrong.
Freddie. Now that you told stories about myself, why don't
Yeah.
you tell us a story about you?
About
The
me?
tarantula.
Okay.
Did it touch your
So
butt?
I was like 10 years old. You know Fred Shore's Beach Club down the street?
No.
No, you don't know it. You guys know.
I do
Yeah.
know.
So there's a beach club down the street because we're kind of like
Oh wait, I'm retarded.
preppy
Yes, I do.
area. Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
know, we
I
used to hang
do.
out there all the time.
We're not allowed to say that word.
What did
Okay,
he say?
Sorry.
I don't know. I never mind.
We can bleep that
Don't
out.
run it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was a kid and there was like a beach party going on down there and everybody was going and we all went and I was with our producer Jack. You were definitely there. Our producer, and we were there and
Call him JB.
we went up. I went up the
That's me,
slide. Like they had
that's
this big wooden slide and I went up the slide.
Yeah, but
And there was a tarantula. On God, like I will say
A
this
wild
till I die.
tarantula.
I don't think it was wild. It was somebody's pet. I don't fucking, we live on an island.
Do we have tarantulas?
No.
Next time I go to the beach,
That's
I'm
why
gonna
it
bring my
freaked me
pet
out.
tarantula.
Did he really just say
I don't have a pet tarantula though.
Anyway, so the tarantula was chilling up there. I saw it. I got so scared that I fell back and then I ran. And I didn't go up that until I was well into my teens. I might have been 16 when I finally went back up that ladder.
Really?
Like I was
Pussy.
terrified. Yeah.
All because of one
Whoa.
tarantula.
I was
Pussy.
scared of the spider. I mean, I really wasn't there a lot between 10 and 16, but like the
You're
5
a
or 6
pussy.
times I was there, me and Mike, you know, his brother, we stole ice pops. We were sucking on ice pops like fiends.
Yeah, just practicing, dude.
Yeah, to eat more ice pop for the ice pop
To
eating
eat more
contest we're gonna participate in.
The Coney Island hot dog eating competition. Duh.
Those
Yeah, but
are
with
ice pops,
popsicles,
though.
you put popsicles in between buns and you just eat it.
You eat the hot dog
You put
without the
popsicles
bun.
between buns, huh?
Yeah, but you don't take out the popsicle stick. You gotta eat that part too. Y'all gotta make everything dirty.
You eat the hot
It's
dog
supposed to
without
be a
the bun.
family-friendly podcast. Y'all be fucking.
All right. Let's go back to the tarantula.
That's really it. That was the whole story. And I told my dad, and he bullied me about it for years.
I would too.
I would too.
Very likely.
Yeah.
I could see.
Yeah, he was like,
I'd
"You were
bully
scared
the
of
shit
tarantulas?
out
Like, you
of
could
you
just
for that."
step on it." And I was like, "You could just step on a lot of things, like a landmine, but it's still gonna kill you. Like, regardless, you're gonna die." I mean, I don't. Can
You could
tarantulas bite?
step on. Yeah, they bite.
Are they poisonous?
Some of them.
I would assume some.
What do you
yeah.
mean some of them? Like, you know, like there are 6, and then only 2 of them are
Different-
poisonous.
Well, there's different species.
Can our producer look this up for us real
I
quick?
mean, the most basic, like the brown, like the tan, and then the brown hair tarantula,
Like
the
with
big
the-
dude that runs.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you. Can we get a fact check?
You know what's scarier though? Scorpions.
Tarantulas are
Are
venomous.
Right, so
venomous.
all are venomous.
Confirmation. That is fucking horrific.
Yeah, but so are
So you could have died on that ladder.
I should have died on that. I mean, yeah, I could have.
Was it actually a tarantula though?
I'm telling you, with
Was it
every
fuzzy?
fiber of my being, I will die saying that this is a tarantula.
Are you just saying that because you got scared of a little itty bitty spider? And you
No, I
want
wasn't scared
everyone
of it.
to
I had a
think?
pet spider, but at the time, like the tarantula just freaked me out because it was just like, chilling. Just it was like this.
I mean, his memory could be
It was like this.
jaded, and he could just be.
It was
made
not
worse
jaded,
than
bro.
kinda
I've
makes some
been,
stuff
I've been
sometimes.
talking about this every day of my life.
Yeah.
Every day of
Yes.
your life.
Okay, not every day of my life, but I've talked about it to many people. My girlfriend,
At least
my
once a month?
moms. At least once a month, actually. Yeah, I could definitely say at least once. I've told
Since
our
it's
boss.
happened.
I've told Cindy this story.
Since it's happened every
Why
month
do you
without
keep
fail,
telling
you've
people
talked
this
about it.
story?
It's a weird story, bro. Down by the beach, a tarantula just there. Why? What?
A tarantula?
Tarantula.
Sure, it wasn't like a sand crab or something.
What? They don't even look similar. Tarantula's a big
I
spider,
don't know what
and
a
a
fucking
sand
sand
crab's a
crab
little
looks
tiny
like.
sand crab.
Nah. What? Wait, what did you just
Just
say?
imagine like a sandy crab that's
Right?
really small.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty accurate.
It can fit in like the palm of my hand.
Oh my god.
Smaller.
This is why you have rich friends.
So I
people.
had this story that my girlfriend reminded me
Smart.
of, and we were talking about it. That I want to say for the
Smart.
podcast. We
They
got enough
live on
time
the
for like
water.
2 minutes. 3 minutes. All right. So y'all want to strap in for this one? This one's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I'll strap on.
Wait, wait,
ready?
wait. What are
This
you
is,
talking
it's, a
Oh,
creepy,
alright.
it's a creepy story I'm gonna tell. I've never told anybody this. I told my girlfriend this
Word.
once. So I was maybe like 11. My mom and my dad were sleeping in their room or whatever, and I was sleeping in my room. And
You've told me
sometimes my dad would like lock himself out. Like he'd go out for a cigarette or whatever, like in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. and he would lock himself out in the backyard, and he would take like a big broom handle or whatever and like tap on my window so I could wake up and be like, oh, I'll let him in or whatever. So
Normal.
it was normal for me. So I wake up because I hear something just like tapping on the window. I'm like, what the fuck? So like I'm maybe 10, 11. Cosmo was in the room, so I felt, I felt
Oh,
safe and
man.
secure. Cosmo was a big boy.
Yeah, Cosmo was a
R.I.P.
big
bro.
boy.
Honestly,
Did he
best
bark
dog.
when you heard
Yo, I
this?
love that.
No,
dog.
Cosmo was dead asleep. So I lift
Cosmo
up the
was
shades,
dope.
and I just see this dude just standing there.
Some
I thought
random dude,
I thought it was my father. It wasn't. My dad was still
like
asleep.
standing in the backyard.
Standing, pitch black, standing like, okay, so my backyard, my backyard's like this or whatever, right? It's like this. We're not talking about this. We're talking about this. So we're
Square.
sitting there, and I'm laying in the bed, and then I just poke my head through the shades, like a little bit, like, just like,
They can't see you, but you can see them.
exactly. And I'm looking there, and the guy's just standing there like this, right? And he's just looking at my window. Can you believe how scared I was? So anyway, dude's looking in the window, right? I just let the shade down, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god! So I pull Cosmo onto the bed, and I'm like, dude, you're my boy. Like, you gotta protect me. So I'm laying there, and then I'm like, 5 minutes go by maybe, and I lift up the shade again, and the dude's just pacing in my backyard at night at like 3 a.m. by himself. Who does that?
So you didn't like
Crackheads.
decide to like tell your parents?
Why? What are they gonna do? It was the next morning. I'm gonna be like, oh, mom, dad. By the way, last night this dude was just walking
time
around
out.
our
You
backyard.
saw him
All right,
Pacing.
standing back there.
Go wake
5
him
minutes
up.
later, you still see him back there,
Well, no,
pacing back and forth.
Well, before he wasn't moving, and then he was. I was scared. I was like, okay, maybe
Okay,
I wasn't
but
10.
you're
I was
not-
probably young. I was probably like 8, 9.
All right, but
I
like
was,
my
but-
first reaction would
Mom,
instantly be,
Dad,
Mom,
there's
Dad,
someone
yeah.
outside
No, I
trying to
was-
kill us.
I was just scared, bro. I was
Yeah.
just posted up in my bed, and I was like, my dog's here. I'm okay. So I was like sitting there, and then I just see him walking around, and then I see him like he's just walking around, and he stops, and he like does something with his foot or whatever, and then he just runs to the opposite fence, like he was like runs,
Like he was doing like 40-yard dash type
Like
shit, like just back and forth.
sprints, and then grabs the top of the fence. Like, we've all hopped fences in our day. I mean, come on, we were crazy.
I mean, I'm black, so.
Yeah, so the dude runs up at the fence. That totally just killed it. He runs at the fence and he just jumps over the fence. Not like one stride, but like he put his foot on the fence and then just yeeted himself over.
So he hopped into the next yard.
He hopped into that neighbor's yard right there.
So you see him in the backyard.
Well, no, he hit the yard. I could see my neighbor's yard from my window. I could see this neighbor, that neighbor, and that neighbor. So I see him in their yard, and he just walks out their gate, walks into the street. Never happened again. I
And
mean,
you
as far
just-
as I know. I
you
mean, he
just-
could have been there, and I could have been sleeping. But like,
I gotta be real,
Never
Freddy.
crossed your
That
mind to go
doesn't
tell your
sound good.
parents to call the cops.
I gotta be real, Freddy.
what are they gonna do? Let's fingerprint their backyard. Let's see if he was touching certain blades of grass.
Or
But regardless, like
yeah, just get him out
call the
there.
cops so they can't. He's gonna leave.
I didn't tell anybody that. I've never
You
told my
told
mom.
me
I never
that.
told my dad. I guess I told you. I
You
told
told me
Haley,
that.
but I never told anybody
You
else.
never told your mom.
Well, I mean, to tell her like now, be like, hey, Greggy. So like,
Yeah, let's get
I
a
don't
guest
know,
on
like,
the show.
11, 12
Greggy
years
Martinez.
ago. 11, 12 years ago, I was like, hey, mom. So I was laying in bed, and this fucking freak was walking around our backyard like a goddamn animal.
So you didn't tell her
I
there's a
still don't
crackhead in your
understand why you
backyard.
didn't like knock
I
on
was
her
a
door
crackhead.
at that night.
Well, what it was is I was just like freaked out. I was like, what if this dude kicks down my door and kills me? I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here under my blanket and then just go to sleep, and it'll be over. And then either I die in my
I'm
sleep.
very concerned for your survival skills.
My survival
So
skills
you
are
were- wait,
fucking
wait.
mint right
you
now.
were
all
able
right?
to go back to sleep after that. I would have been up all night.
Well, not really, because I had Cosmo on my bed. I had Hedwig, Ralph, Not Ralph. Ralph wasn't there yet. We didn't have Ralph yet. So I was 3rd grade maybe. So okay. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So that confirms that I was way younger than I thought. But like I
Survival
had
skills.
Cosmo, I had Hedwig, and I had no, I just had Cosmo and Hedwig. But I
Survival
mean-
skills.
That's 200 pounds of fucking dog. What is he gonna do? He's gonna run in the house and get through 200 pounds of dog? No.
I mean, if he has a gun, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
No. I refuse.
That makes me sad
Alright,
to
I
think
refuse.
about.
Going back to Freddy's survival skills. This goes for you too, Alex. We went camping over the summer, and we just got back from our rafting trip.
Make it
and
quick. We got 2 minutes.
I went into my tent to go take a nap, and then there was a bear sighting, and then everyone was freaking out because there was a bear, and then this bear walks up to my tent, and everyone in our group runs into the van, and they're like, "Oh shit, we left Jack," and I was just fucking sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
This dude
I
was
thought it was
asleep in his tent.
The
I
bear was
thought it was
sniffing his
Freddy.
tent.
Yeah, the
I
dog.
thought it
the-
was
the-
Freddy fucking with me.
Imagine you
Fucking
slapped
black
it.
bear.
Imagine he slapped it and it was the bear instead.
Like,
Like, that would have been
like the
rough.
bear was
fucking
actually
dead.
standing outside his tent sniffing him, and like Mark was
Wow.
like bear, and we all just got into the van, and this
Yeah.
dude, we just left this dude just chilling in his tent, and this big bear was like,
That
and-
bear also tore up everything we had for food.
Yeah, we had to go and
Yeah.
buy
That's what you
food.
guys get for leaving him.
We-
Okay, well, but it was
It
his
was my
food too.
You should have got big.
What?
You should have got big.
I was sleeping.
We learned our lesson. though.
Should
We
have got
probably
out the
putting
car
all
and
of
be
our
like,
stuff- You can't get back. We were leaning on the horn. The next couple days, that bear was.
You should have said Alex. He
Literally-
looks like a bear.
Alex is a
I'm
bear.
gonna level with you though. That bear was better looking.
Oh sh.
Alright,
Oh,
now,
man.
And on that, I
Now
think
this
it's time to
hurt.
go.
Yeah, I think that might be time to cut.
Cut it.
I'm
Alright.
salty, but whatever.
All right.
All right, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for checking out
Peace
Vibe
out,
Check
kids.
episode 1. Have a good night.
Adios.
See you later.